Hey everyone, today we're going to be doing a little bit of rumba. So as always, I think it's just a great idea to start from the beginning. So the country of origin is obviously Cuba, and it stems from a dance called Guajira. So do yourself a favor and try and find some videos of Guajira and see what exactly it looks like to get a little sense of the history of the dance. The music of the rumba, there are 4 beats in a bar with a slight accent on the second beat, predominant accent on the 4th beat. The characteristics are sensuous, earthy, enticing, and I always just like to add in classical beauty for the man especially, with elements of Spanish for the woman. The basic fundamental movement or the nature of the dance, what makes a rumba is this feeling of a single beat, double beat. For example, in a basic step, single beat, double beat. Without having an accent in the action, even if there's no step, without having an accent in the action on a count of 1, and not 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Be very clear that it's a single beat, double beat, smooth motion. I also want to talk a little bit about the Cuban motion, which is, I think, most of you have heard about. And it's that figure 8, very famous motion, and it's made up of 2 very specific motions. Number 1 is a pendulum. So a pendulum motion kind of looks like this. They'd sometimes talk about a smiling bum. So we can go through 2 bent knees and straighten 1, make a smiling bum. Yeah, this is your pendulum action. The second part of the figure 8 is rotation. And that is a little bit more of an upper body muscularity. So pendulum is always created through the weight transfer in the feet. So actually, really there's no such thing as hip action. What there is hip reaction. And it should always be a reaction to a weight transfer. So only when we have true weight transfer, when we have pendulum, and through the upper body muscularity, we have the reaction in the hip of rotation. Yeah? I would also like to just make a note, say that your spine should always be forward. When you go forward, your spine should be moving forward, and when you go backwards, your spine should be moving forward. So very important to keep the weight nice and forward. Center is in and lifted, neck is long. We have a sense of frame and posture as well as projection, and there's always a shift in the body in a certain forward feeling. Whether I'm going forward or even if I'm going backwards, my spine should still be moving forward. Let's go through just very basic routine. I'm going to try and fit it in for you here. I may adjust the directions a little bit, but you don't have to do that. So we're going to start with the back basic. We're going to do 2, replace 3, 4, a forward walk and a forward walk turning and back. You're going to do a close, weight transfer in place. Fan close, 2, walk 3, walk 4, check 2, 3, 4. Here's the only little tricky part of the routine. This is where I'll change direction. You don't have to. We do a cucaracha, 2, 3, close, 4, cucaracha to the other side, 3 and 4. Straight away into a time step. 2 and 3 and side, and 2 and 3 and side. And we can start then again on the other foot. Let's just talk about the walk for a second. Rumba should be based on forward and backward walks, mainly with the odd side step here and there and a close. So those are pretty much the fundamentals that you need to make up a brilliant rumba. So in the forward walk, a couple of things I would like you to be aware of. Maybe I stand face side on. Let's point that foot to the back to start, and to the ball of the foot. You feel now you're in a slightly part weight position. So I like to prepare myself like that so I can use the back foot, if you can see, use the back foot, a rotation inside with the heel, inside edge of that foot, and to transfer my weight fully over the standing leg. And for now, we're going to just create an action, whatever that means to you right now. I'm not going to go into the details of that, so we have an action. The most important thing is that your legs are tracking, your spine is moving ahead of your legs, and one more thing that I really want to say is that your knee should definitely straighten before the heel hits the floor. The knee of the moving leg straightens before your heel hits the floor. Turn out of the back foot, transfer the body weight, and track the leg. And through those, hopefully, you're also adding in your Cuban motion that we just spoke about, keeping your spine nice and strong and forward. So let's talk about the cucaracha and the time step. So a cucaracha is a pressure step consisting of 3 steps, with the 3rd step being a close. So quite a cool thing to remember is that even if we go forward, and it actually also could be described as a forward cucaracha. And let's not forget about that action that we can achieve even in a check forward walk. So cucaracha would be a good idea to start with the foot pointing back, and as we said before, the spine travels over the foot and forward with an upper body muscularity to create the rotation and projection. And we have a part weighted step inside the edge of the foot meeting, part weight, dance 1/2 of the Cuban motion, 2 flat feet until the count of 3, which is a full recovery onto the left leg, or whichever leg is your standing leg. Bend the knee to bring the foot, and an action closing from the front, and weight change. Delay, I don't mean in time, I mean in action, to send the foot to ensure we don't transfer full weight 100%. So we send the foot early, and we rock 2 flat feet. When you recover on the count of 3, bend the knee, foot moves in, weight transfer. All the time the body weight is moving towards the balls of the feet. So it's a very positive action and projection that you're getting. So a little bit faster, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now in the time step, very similar, these 2 steps are great. You should definitely add this to your practice routine every single day. Time step, we're gonna just work the Cuban motion, dancing the thigh back, bending the front knee, bend the knee, change weight, and side step complete full weight. Again, bend the knee first to bring it in, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4. Just remember something so simple but super important. Whenever you have a step, you have an action. It means if you have 1 step, you have 1 action. If you have 5 steps, you have 5 actions. If you follow this very simple rule, it will already improve your dancing so much. Just for example, we don't need to get overcomplicated just yet. I have an action, I have 1 step, I have an action. I have 1 step, I have an action. I have 1 step, I have an action. So if I do a basic figure with 6 steps, I should have at least 6 actions. So one more little bonus figure that I would just like to go through. I'm sure most of us have it in our choreography. That's the sliding doors. So we're going to start with the man's steps. We'll start standing diagonal, and we're going to transfer the weight forward, as we spoke about before, keeping the spine nicely over the ball of the feet. We're going to start to turn the shoulders, and we're going to have an action around the right leg, take us into the check, replace, and delay. This is a delayed walk, delayed, not cancelled. So we're still going to get on that leg, into the rock action, and over the leg, diagonal. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, 3, 4. Okay, and for the ladies, we're going to do standing on the left leg. We have a back basic, 2, and replace, 3, delay, hip twist, delayed walk compressed, preferred choice, and 2, and 3, and diagonal, forward walk, turning, weight nice and forward, into straight back, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, 3, 4, and. Thank you guys so much for joining me through this Rumba video. I hope you learned something, and keep working hard. I will see you at the next one.